What's up, guys? You're talking to Chris Kane from Touchline Fracker, and we are here on FanPark Live covering the Bournemouth Manchester United game. We'll be going over what's gone on throughout the match, and we'll also be taking in some callers' questions. We've got the thing kind of sorted out now, so you should be able to talk to me. And if you can't get through to me for whatever reason, then hit me up on the YouTube live stream on the live chat. Call us on 0203 606 0315. And also, as you're talking to me and as we're going through today's game and today's topics, I also want you to go onto the One Football app, where you'll be able to look at not only just the statistics for this game's this result, but also through all of the other results in any other league imaginable in world football, and all of the stats available on there. You'll also be able to get it on the Apple iTunes store, the App Store, and Android. And whilst you're at it, I also would like you to download the UFF app, where you can get all of the content that we put together, whether it be FanPark Live, also Fan TV, the Football Terrace, the Footy Says, so on and so on. So, Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 2. Let me not even pretend for the sake of like what we're doing at the moment. That was a very kind of standard game. I was saying it during the halftime analysis. No team, like neither team are playing for anything at this point during the season. I'm pretty sure if I go onto the app now, shameless plug, if I look at the table, well, first call. Hello, can you hear me? Surely someone should be able to hear me. Yo. Can you hear me? You're talking to Chris Kane on FanPark Live.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
How you doing?
I didn't even go through it first.
No worries. Speak a little bit louder if you can, please, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
What's your name, bro?
My name's Kieran, how you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. So who do you support?
I support Arsenal, actually.
Okay, cool. So what are your thoughts on the game, or thoughts on something else? I'm interested.
Thoughts on the game, because I watched it tonight, and
yeah,
obviously the media stories that are going around about Pogba not being happy.
Yeah.
He looked happy enough tonight on that pitch, linking up to Lukaku well. And even with a lot of people, fans, pundits, they're all, I've seen a few saying Pogba and Lukaku aren't world class, but I think we've seen tonight through that link up that they really are world class.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you there. Well, actually, no, before I disagree with you, like, how do you define world class?
It's difficult to define world class because each player plays in a different style, don't they? So every world class player is a different style of world class, if you know what I'm saying. Okay,
yeah, somewhat. Okay. I mean, the question I'd have for you then would be, can you? I mean, does
Messi, for example? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, go on. Actually, it's your time to talk.
So like Messi, for example, he's a speed dribbler.
Yeah.
He's good on the ball, close control. That's his world class. And you've got Ronaldo. He's more technical on and off the ball. He's a bit more better at skill. You've got Aguero. He's very good at shooting. He's a finisher.
Yeah.
So there's different types of world class. So it's difficult to define just one category of it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, my thing is in terms of judging players in regards to them being world class or not, I think I agree with you. You can be world class in a variety of ways, but you're not going to be world class against Bournemouth on a Wednesday night. You're going to be world class against the top teams at the top competitions in world football. And up until this point, Pogba and Lukaku hasn't done it at that level. I mean, Pogba had a good period over at Juventus, but I wouldn't personally call them world-class seasons at Juventus. Now, where I would go potentially with that is, okay, well, how likely are they going to achieve that at Manchester United under Jose? That remains to be seen. Start for Pogba's Manchester United career. Lukaku's first season, it's been very steady. You'd expect more for the amount of money that they paid for him. But yeah, like, I think a game like this is like, what else do you really want him to do, especially at this stage of the season, and especially if you consider that this game isn't really worth much. Pogba had a decent game in my opinion, definitely a stronger second half as opposed to the first half. Lukaku came on, scored a goal. That's what you want from your substitute striker at that moment in the game, to nail it and to essentially finish it off. I think he had actually a very good cameo appearance. And yeah, you know, I think it's a decent enough result to go into the FA Cup semi-final final up against with Spurs, and yeah, Man United will go from there, mate. Yeah, so thank you for calling in, my bro.
I mean, just one more thing as well.
Yeah, shoot.
I'm just going to bring up Arsene Wenger here as well. I think under certain managers, certain players can't show what they can really do. And I'm just going to bring up Wenger and Aubameyang here.
Yeah.
You see Aubameyang doing well for us.
Yeah.
But his goals aren't of the class that we saw him score at Borussia Dortmund.
Okay.
I think that's down to Arsene Wenger and what he's making the Arsenal team play.
Okay.
Doesn't suit modern day football or Aubameyang, because we can't see him truly show what he can do on the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, again, managers are there to put players in the best positions to succeed. You're not seeing that quite at Arsenal with most players, to be fair. And I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan myself, and I'm hoping that we'll get ourselves in a situation where he's no longer there next season. All right. Thank you very much for your call, mate.
Cheers.
No worries, bro. All right, bye. Cool. Yeah. Right, so we're going to get another call from a United fan in a second. Should be able to be put through any minute now. Yeah, like I think I'd really kind of just go off the back of what I was saying in regards to Pogba and Lukaku. Hold on. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Hi, who am I speaking to?
Sam, I'm a United fan.
Alright, no worries. What are your thoughts on the game, mate? Speak louder if you can as well, yeah, so because you're coming through speaker. Okay.
It wasn't, obviously, you were talking about world class before.
Yeah.
It wasn't world class. You can't say that. It was a standard professional performance,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, is that too much to ask? Like, that's a good thing at this point. I mean, just off the back of a loss against West Brom, it's an away game. You want a result going into the FA Cup semi-final. I mean, are there any players that you thought were particularly good? Any players that you were maybe underwhelmed with?
In terms of Luke Shaw, I think he can, considering how much scrutiny he's coming under, he could probably show a little bit more. I mean, he's a quick player, everybody knows that. In terms of talent, it's between him and Danny Rose at the moment. And then that guy from Liverpool, what's his name? Is it Robertson?
Yeah. Andrew Robertson. Yeah.
It's between those three for the best left back, English left back in the Premier League.
Okay.
Luke Shaw could show a little bit more fight, in that position. In terms of players who impressed me, I thought Jones coming off a 60-day injury.
Yeah.
Was absolutely shot.
Some good recovery.
And Herrera.
Yeah.
And Herrera, who's been phased out for large portions of the season.
Yeah.
Very good. Pogba looked very good. Lukaku, goal, 20 minutes of goal. You can't really complain, can you?
Yeah.
And Rashford's work ethic was very good, but once again, I think he got a lot of praise from Paul Scholes on the video.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually produce much end product, in my opinion. Even though I'm a huge Rashford fan.
Yeah.
Martial, by the way, lots of nice little flicks. They were tracking back in the 90th minute.
Yeah.
So that's positive, in my opinion. I think against Spurs on the weekend, it's going to be a very tough game. They played, I think it was a 2-man midfield when we played them at home. They're going to play a 3-man midfield.
Okay.
So it's going to be literally flip a coin, effectively. So it's either going to be Chelsea and Spurs or Chelsea and United in the FA Cup final. No,
essentially. I mean, are there any players in particular that you feel have to start against Spurs on the weekend?
Personally, obviously, he's been used. This is the problem, right? Because one thing that people haven't been mentioning as United fans is where's Sergio Romero? Is he injured or is he?
I have no idea, personally speaking.
On the bench, there's been Joel Pereira, the academy graduate, who's a very good up-and-coming goalkeeper, but he's been on the bench for the last 3 or 4 games. So is Sergio Romero going to be going in the summer? Who knows? So obviously in goal you start De Gea, obviously. Right back will be Valencia. Then he'll probably choose Bay, who was on the bench today, and probably Jones, if he's fit. Ashley Young will replace Luke Shaw at left back.
Okay.
Midfield 3 will probably be Herrera, Matic and Pogba.
Yeah.
And then the front 3, you're probably looking at Alexis, Rashford and probably Lukaku up top.
Okay.
With Mata, Lingard, Martial, etc. on the bench.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, last game, that was when they won, and Spurs were pretty dominant in that game. I was asked about the game earlier on, and I'm of the opinion it's a proper 50-50 game. Spurs, for me, are the better unit in terms of how they go about the game, but at the end of the day, there's certain quality that United have that Spurs don't have, generally speaking. They have real match winners outside.
Say, though, like, Spurs are a better unit, like you just said.
Yeah.
But United have better individuals. If United could actually get the best out of their individuals in a team unit, they would be an amazing team.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they're playing like individuals, like Pogba's an individual.
Very much so.
Exactly. So even though they seem to have that chemistry and connection off the field, they don't seem to have it on the field.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
No worries. Listen, thank you very much for your call. Very in depth, and no worries, mate. All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Cool. That was a good one. I appreciate that one. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I think, like with the Spurs game, I mean, at this point, you don't expect United just to be able to turn it on like that and become that unit. That's what makes it an interesting game to look forward to. But yeah, actually, let's take an opportunity to go through the apps. We'll go through the app, sorry, and look at some of the stats that are of interest for that particular result that we just watched. All right, cool. So yeah, to be fair, I'm assuming it's going to be a bit more of the same. Yep, United a little less possession, but that kind of makes sense considering Bournemouth are trying to get back into the game. Shots on target. Yeah, I mean, just 2 shots on target for Bournemouth, 4 for United. It's not a great deal. You know, United are not a great offensive team. I mean, they scored as many as Arsenal, which is not great considering the quality and where United are on the table. Let's see who actually got man of the match. From what I saw, it was Pogba, which I don't agree with. Yeah. So Pogba with 1,519 votes. 1,519 votes, sorry. Yep. And should, you know, with that being said, I don't think United should get rid of Pogba, but there's a lot of conversations about should he leave or should he stay. I don't think anyone could really question his talent, but it's just whether he's going to maximise that talent at United, and whether they should keep him and hopefully he outlasts Mourinho and then another manager comes in and gets the best out of him, or if they should just cut their losses now and get rid of him whilst he still has a decent amount of value. Really and truly, there's only one team that are in for him, and that's PSG, and we know that they'll probably pay through the nose for him anyway. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Hello, you're speaking to Chris on FanPark Live. Who am I speaking to?
I support Manchester United.
What's your name, bro?
No. Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on the game, my bro.
Good game, but I think Martial had a very poor game.
Okay.
What do you think?
Very poor. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say very poor. Like, very poor for me... The way I define a poor game or very poor game is, all right, so let's say you have a spectrum. On one end of the spectrum, you've got good, great, you know, good performance. And then you've got neutral, like average. And then you have poor. For me, for a player to have played poorly, he would have to have done stuff to have put his team in danger, or have to be like completely giving the ball away at every chance, not tracking back, so on and so on. In my opinion, he just had an average game, which you don't want from Martial because we know how talented he is. And it's not exactly like he's up against the most talented of defences, do you know what I'm saying?
My problem with Martial is that he's too much of a fan favourite where people just overlook everything he does.
That I agree with. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, so like people who think he's like way better than Rashford are just deluded. Like there's so many Manchester United fans that anything Martial does is like, they just don't care about Rashford. Anything Rashford does, he's bad. Anything Lukaku does, Lingard does, they're onto them. But Martial, do you get me? They're just too much. They're just too big.
Do you think? All right. I mean, my thing is that all right. Well, has he been given a fair shot at United whilst they've had Mourinho in charge? In your opinion?
No, that's not fair because he's had 3 years.
No. Like I'm talking specifically prior to, like, not prior, sorry, after Mourinho kind of came in. I mean, it's a weird one because I don't like to really overstate this whole narrative that Mourinho doesn't give his attackers chances. I mean, like, he started with Lukaku even when Lukaku was playing really, really poorly. So he does give a chance, but it's just like, do you think he's the right type of player for Mourinho? Like, do you think they're well suited together? I mean, I think evidence suggests that he's not, considering that they're talking about him leaving. But I don't know if he's overrated. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I think he's very overrated.
You think?
Like, you could say we could bring different managers in, but it won't change his like work ethic. It won't change his like when he just looks depressed and he doesn't want to do anything. Like you see that tackle Rashford done.
Yeah, but like I'm very careful with that because
you can't see him doing that.
But I'm very careful with that because all right, that's all great talking about Rashford's work ethic and so on, but not to say that either of them played well because I don't think either of them played particularly well. But I would still say, just off like my eye test, that Martial probably still contributed more offensively than Rashford did in that game. Rashford just gives you a lot of running. At this point, I'm not like Rashford is a talented player. Like he's one of my favorite young players in world football. But like I think people look at Rashford's demeanor, his body language, you know, the intensity in which he tracks back and whatnot. Like I said in the first half when he tracked back, did a slide tackle on Ake, and then obviously went for goal. That's great, but generally speaking over the game, Martial probably showed more quality in the final third in terms of taking players on, in terms of maybe creating dangerous opportunities for his teammates. And like, listen, I'm an Arsenal fan, and for years, like for consecutive seasons, I've had to defend Ozil. Not to say like he's played fantastically well for Arsenal, because I don't think he has. But people used that same kind of thing. It's just like, he's lackadaisical, his body language is this and that, and I'm like, well, no, like watch the actual game, like see what he actually does, look at the positions he picks up. I mean, even with the tracking back thing, I'm like, yo, like Martial is a central forward. Like that's his number one position. He's a centre forward. He can also play wide forward. I'm not trying to say like wide forward shouldn't track back because they should, but it's like, yo, like it's not exactly like Simon Francis was bombing up and down the right wing. Like Martial didn't have to defend like that today.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but I just don't want to see Manchester United like lose players like Rashford or even like Sanchez. He just came just for Martial, where like let's say Rashford was French or he had a sexier name, he'd be worth like 160 mil. That's just the difference.
Well, maybe if we're talking about the first season, if we're talking about the first season, because at the end of the day, like there was a big debate about who's better, Mbappe or Rashford, when they first both broke through. So I mean, listen, I hear you. Sometimes we kind of like fetishize foreign players and make them better than what they are. But let's not get it twisted. Like when he was coming through and was banging in goals on every debut, European debut, Premier League debut, international debut, and was ripping it. This is before Mbappe really blew up Monaco. People had him up there with Dembele. They had him up there with Pulisic. They had him up there with Mbappe, so on and so on. So Rashford got his earn when he first come through, but ultimately it's just like his performances have regressed. He's not looked like the same player. Whether that be down to him, whether it be down to Mourinho, it's hard to tell at this point. But I don't think it's unreasonable for people to still be like, yo, listen, Martial is still our best young player. Yeah? Anyway, my bro, good speaking to you, yeah? We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, peace. All right, cool. I'm just going to go through some of the comments, see if there's anything interesting in there. I know I'm going to see like some madness in there. So yeah, let's see what's good there. Someone believes that Pogba is going to somehow convince Griezmann to come to Manchester United. These times we know that Barcelona are in for him. I don't want to go through this whole thing where I keep on telling United fans that they're delusional, but it's comments like that doesn't really help matters. So I'm just going to like just let that one fly over my head because, yeah, no, I'm not having that. Let's see what's it. All right, someone apparently said I'm much better than Terry. See, this is how you start beef within the circle, and like I'm new. Like I don't want to come in and like people say like Chris is better than such and such. Everyone does their thing differently. I do appreciate the compliment though, because I'm not really used to presenting by myself like this. So yeah, listen, keep those comments coming, keep those calls coming as well, and yeah, I'm gonna keep on going through some of these comments because some of them are really, really interesting. I'm seeing Morata chat. Oh, do you know what's a really good one? Morata and Lacazette are the biggest flops. They're not even near Lukaku's level. This is from Alex Goriel. This was a really, really great debate at the beginning of the season because obviously Chelsea signed Morata, we signed Lacazette. Have we got a City fan? Yeah? Let's get a City fan involved. Hello, you're speaking to Chris KANE on FanPark Live. Talk to me.
Hello?
Hi, who am I speaking to?
It's
Yusuf, I need you to be a bit louder because we're doing something a bit different with the speakers, and then we can really have a conversation. Yeah. Tell me your thoughts. Are we talking about the game? Or are we talking about City? Like, what are we talking about?
Well, I'm a City fan, so I don't really. To be honest, I did watch the game.
Yeah.
Before the game started, I thought it's just going to be another like lackluster performance by Man United again, like which reflects their whole season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Under Jose. So honestly, the thing I think they could do to fix this problem is get these like new young managers up and coming, like Pochettino.
Okay, Pochettino is a bit of a stretch. I can't lie to you at this stage.
Yeah, but I think Pochettino would always like want to go to a big club like Real Madrid.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's more likely to go to Spain than like first before he goes to Manchester United.
Yeah, that's true. But he might just think like Real Madrid would obviously like fire him straight away if he didn't do that well, because that's like their policy as well. So
yeah,
that could be like a choice he could make. Also, just want to talk about Man City this season.
Yeah. I'd rather talk about Man City. I can't lie to you. That game was, you know, and talk to me. Yeah. So like, yeah. All right. So you guys won the league.
I want to talk about Champions League.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that. Let's do that. 100%.
Yeah, because like in my opinion, I don't know. It feels a bit volatile, or like improvements in the Champions League.
When you say volatile, what do you mean?
Like under Pellegrini, I think we were actually like I don't know how we got to the semi-finals that year. Like we didn't play well, but this year, even though we've played well, we've done worse in the Champions League.
Did you get to the semi-finals? What season was that?
This was like 2 years ago. So when Pellegrini, in his last season, we actually got to the semi-finals and then got knocked out by Real Madrid. We got knocked out.
Are you sure? No, I'm pretty sure that was quarters. You know. Let me double check. Hold on. Let me.
No, it's the same. Trust me, I was watching that match and I got mad when we got knocked out.
Wait, hold on. I'm losing my mind. Yo, listen, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Hold on.
See, if you don't know, that's how you know we got lucky.
Nah, what year? Give me the year and then I'll be able to find it.
I'm not sure the year. So 20.
Because, wait, hold on. So 20, because the semi-finals last year's were what? Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Juventus, and I'm pretty sure it's Atletico, unless I'm going mad.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? So 2016. Nah, like, what are you talking about? I'm pretty sure it was Man City last year got knocked out by Monaco.
You know the year Real Madrid beat Atletico.
Yo, guys, comments. Hit me up on the comments. Yeah, go on.
It was the first final, I think. Real Madrid beat Atletico, and that's the one.
So that's 2013. No, 2014 is when they beat them in the finals. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, yeah, I'm with you. All right, yeah, go on. You're saying. Yeah, you're saying.
Yeah. So I watched the whole game that game, and it finished 1-0 to Real Madrid over 2 legs. Which just tells you that if we scored 1 goal only, we would have been in the final and potentially could have won it that year.
Yeah.
But to be honest, we had an aging squad, which Pep's just recently fixed. So I think everything people were saying last season was like nonsense, because I knew this was going to happen. Like last year, we were going to get dominated by younger teams like Tottenham and stuff. But I guess like getting Kyle Walker off them has like proved them wrong when they said that he's going to be a waste of money.
I mean, do you know what my impression on City? Well, listen, as soon as Pep took over, my thing was, listen, don't expect him to come in and then like start banging everyone, Europe, England, wherever. I said, in my opinion, new league, and City aren't set up like Bayern were when he took over. Like Bayern were already kind of like 75% of the way there. Barcelona, similar. They were like 75% of the way there. 50% of that is just Messi alone, right? So with City, it was a completely different job. And whilst you have talented players, whilst you have a lot of money doesn't buy chemistry. And you had a lot of aging players, so you had to get rid of a lot of players. So I said, listen, first season, a reasonable expectation of City is winning the league or competing in the league. That's reasonable, because with Pep, the style of football that he employs, you have to relearn football. Like, I don't know if you saw a clip of him and Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has been playing for four.
Do you know Sterling? What's your thoughts on Sterling? Because in my opinion, I think I don't know, because if Sterling doesn't improve his finishing, I think we need to get a new winger, because we can't rely on.
My thing is this: it depends on how you want to play. I don't care what team you are. You need a minimum of 2 natural goal scorers in your team, whether it be 2 central forwards or 1 forward.
I think the days of Aguero is unfortunately like like dying down. So
I mean, I really would have liked to have seen Jesus and Aguero play together more often this season. And I think...
yeah, that's true. But I don't think Guardiola's system suits two strikers because he's never had two strikers in the system ever.
I mean, you were playing around with the 3-4, the 3-5-2, like a little bit.
Yeah, we did play that, but then I think in the press conference he was saying that I don't know, he wanted to concede less goals because every time we were playing that formation, we were conceding.
I mean, yeah, that's a valid shout. But even like at Bayern Munich, people don't really see him as a striker, but like Thomas Müller is a second striker. He's a proper goal scorer, and he'd play him alongside Lewandowski quite a bit. And even if you're not playing them, you've also got Robin. So you've got two constant threats. It would be Lewandowski and Robin, Lewandowski, Müller and Robin, or just Lewandowski and Müller. So I think at City, don't get me wrong, I think Leroy Sané is one of my favourite young players. I've rated him since his Champions League debut against Real Madrid when he came on. He's playing for Schalke, banged in one sweet long shot against him. Leroy Sané is a bad boy player. Yeah, Raheem Sterling, again, very, very good young player. He's been around for, what, 5 years now, minimum? And sometimes we forget the fact he's only, what, 22, 23? So, you know...
Also, what about the... why is Harry Kane in the young player of the year? That doesn't make sense.
Because, I don't know, man, like, footballing bodies, they you know... For me,
they just want him to
even if you're under a certain age, you can't... After a certain amount of time, you're just not a young player anymore. Like, you've got the experience. Listen, Yusuf, thank you very much for your call. It's nice to speak to a City fan.
Thank you very much.
And have a good day, all right? Have a good evening. Peace.
You too, mate. Take care.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, let me have a quick word about City. Oh, you got someone else calling? Yo, you're speaking to KANE on FanPark Live. Who am I speaking to? What's your name, sorry, bro? Ahmed, speak a bit louder as well, yes, so I can hear you properly, okay? Alright, talk to me. Like, what team do you support? Man United. Alright, give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
It was a good game, especially first half. Second half was a bit defending well, but we defended it well.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Martial was excellent.
You thought Martial was excellent?
Yeah, Martial was good. He was taking on players.
Okay. Speak up a little bit louder if you can, my bro.
Luke Shaw was a bit missing as well, so.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's hard for Luke Shaw. It's hard. It's going to be hard for him. Like, you don't expect him to come in and then like start banging as soon as he touches the pitch. Like, it's just not going to happen that way. Like, he's a young player.
You look at Damian, he was better than him.
Who was better than him? Sorry, Damian.
Yeah, he was better than him.
Yeah, I agree.
You never see him cross the ball high, and he also put the ball almost off the floor. That's why I didn't realize. I never seen him cross the ball.
But
the head.
I mean, all right, you got. I hear what you're saying, but like, be honest, right? That's.
Every game we see him is the same thing. Always tries to always.
Okay, but can I ask you a question? So, if I've got a back line, so if I'm the left back and I look towards the box, and every defender, like the defenders on average, are taller than the people in the box, why am I putting the ball in the air?
Yeah. Okay, that one. So we had Kane in the box, like how many games? Because it's not just like one big twice. I don't know. Actually, I think that's actually plays better than him because he looks up and then tries to get the ball in the head. Because we got a bigger striker who can get the ball headers.
I mean,
on the floor, it's not going to happen.
I mean, for me, there's not one way to cross. It's all dependent on like the situation and the positions.
It's doing the same way.
Yeah.
Like, he's been there about 3 years, and it is the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to an extent. I don't watch Luke Shaw every game, so I can't say with conviction that that's what he does all the time.
I realized doing that this season. I realized, especially in the start of the season, like every time he goes the ball, it's just on the floor.
Yeah, speak up. Make sure you speak up there, yeah?
Another thing that we made as a whole blame boring football. I've seen people forget, like, Fangal that we used to blame Fangal.
Yeah, the football's really bad at some point. Yeah, I definitely remember those days.
People forget that one. That one is boring. I don't know what that was.
Would you care about the boring football label if you were winning?
No.
You wouldn't care?
I was. Now we can Liverpool. Like, it's only one way to play, but it's one. If we play in City and we play a false nine, everyone's gonna make happy.
Yeah.
It's not just one way to play football.
No, I agree with you. But like at the end of the day, it's just like.
You're not playing
like I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, you know, you're not scoring enough goals. Like you're actually not scoring enough goals. Like that's an actual problem for Manchester United.
Yeah, but what Liverpool they scored most of the time, but they scored about 3 more goals.
It's not even about Manchester. It's not even about Manchester United against Liverpool. It's just a case of, listen, like there's a big gap between you and Manchester City. Manchester City are having an exceptional season. Hold on, Manchester City are having an exceptional season. So I don't expect you to score 90 goals like Manchester City. If you're not going to score as many goals as a Manchester City, I'm not going to use Liverpool because Liverpool, you know, you have to make sure your defense is exceptional, and it hasn't been exceptional.
We got most of the defense. I think you're going to associate you they got a goalkeeper. That's what he gets paid.
Yeah.
That's what he gets. So you have a good goalkeeper, but our defense is as bad as you make of it.
No, what I'm saying to you is that, all right, you're getting a lot of complaints about boring football, which I have my own thoughts about. That's not really the crux of the debate here. The issue is that, well, you're still not scoring enough goals. Because if you look at Chelsea's, not even Chelsea, that's even going way like far too back. Like even Leicester City, they didn't score that many goals, but their defense was exceptional when they won the league.
I think our defense is not as bad. That's what I'm saying. Our defense is not as bad as you make of it.
No, it's a good defense, to be fair. It's still good.
People tell us that the defense is not good, the attack is not good, the midfield is not good, but still, why are we in the second?
I mean, listen,
The reason why we're in the second.
you're second because you have arguably the second best squad in the league, if not number one.
But it's made them as a worst person. Like, okay, we have a good squad, and when the people say, oh, you have the men that have a good squad, they have managers bad, but then we're in the second. But you can't just blame everything.
Again, I'm not the type of person that judges a team. And again, speak up. I'm not someone who judges a team purely on where they finish in the league. You have to add context, okay? Hold on. You have to add context.
So you tell them if you think like, listen, this season, Liverpool doesn't win the Champions League. If that was Man United,
Hold on. Let me make the point, because you're debating, but you don't know what I'm saying. So you're countering against stuff that you don't know. You don't know what I'm saying. The point I'm making is that Manchester United have made progress in comparison to last season, and just generally speaking, since Ferguson left, like that's true. You've made progress, and I don't think anyone should ignore that. However, it's are you still playing at a level? Like, forget the fact that you're second. Forget that, because you may not You may not be second within a game. You may not be second anymore. So that can change like that. What you're looking at is, okay, like, are you close to as Manchester City as you should be? And you're not, and you can't blame it on defense, because the defense has actually been pretty solid. You've
like Man City's probably like football-wise, Man City probably was the best team in the world at that time. They're like they were playing out of start, but Liverpool, okay, Man City started. I'm not talking about Man City, but then people, how people say about Man United, Liverpool's better than Man United now. Tottenham's better than Man United. But these teams are like the worst than us in every just because they're playing forced up and pressure football doesn't mean like they're better than me.
No. Listen. Not at one point have I made the listen. You're the one bringing up Liverpool over and over again. I'm not bringing up Liverpool. Hold on. Forget Liverpool. Forget any other team in and around you. We're not talking about any other team. We're talking about Manchester United purely, right? Your defense is a title-winning defense in terms of the amount of goals you've conceded. City have only conceded one less goal than you, albeit they still got to play an extra game because they got a game in hand. So that may even be on par by the time they play that 34th game. But you can't there's a 30-goal gap in terms of how many goals they've scored and how many goals you've scored. I'm not saying you need to play. Hold on. I'm not saying you have to play a more exciting football like this team or that team. No, but Manchester United are capable of scoring more goals. Like, they're capable of scoring more goals. If they score those goals with long balls to Fellaini, sorry, and that works, then that works. However, you have to score more goals.
If you won, you lost this game today.
Yes.
I'm not in front of Fellaini. If we lost this game, I know for a fact everyone will be going straight to Fellaini.
Yeah, but like, listen, at the end of the day, you can't always react. You can't base your opinion on the knee-jerk reactions of everyone else. Sometimes you just have to look at it like objectively.
We're making progress. Okay, next season, if we do the same thing we do now next season,
okay,
we're really in a mess.
Okay.
Next season have to be better than how we are now.
No worries, my bro. Listen, thank you very much for your call, my guy, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, no worries. Take it easy. All right, let's go for another caller. Guys, make sure when you call in, you speak as loudly as you can. Yeah? Hold on, we're just going to go through, instead of taking another call, we're just going to go through the comment section. Salah's better than Hazard. Chill. That's a bit mad. All right, guys, listen. This whole knee-jerk thing, Salah's having a better season than Hazard, and he scores more goals than Hazard because he's a forward, and Hazard is more of a creative attacking midfielder. He's definitely had a better season, but to go off one season and say Mohamed Salah is better than Eden Hazard is a madness. Whether you're taking this season alone or going through the last 5, you could comfortably put Hazard in the top 5 footballers in the world. To say that you can do that about Salah is being disingenuous, and you guys need to stop it. Like, chill with all of that, because that's crazy. Salah's better than Hazard. You lot are moving mad. What else have we got here? Thank you, Retro City 1969 to 2018. How you came up with that username, I don't even know. Neymar next Ballon d'Or, not whilst he's playing in Paris, because I don't see PSG winning the Champions League anytime soon. I mean, if Brazil win the World Cup, which they could do because they've got a very talented team, then yeah, that may be a shout. But yeah, who else? What else have we got here? Who agrees with the PFA team of the season? I don't like team of the seasons in general because they don't really give credit to players that are a little bit more unsung, that have played just as well as the big names. I mean, I saw Aguero playing left wing. What was it? Aguero left wing, Salah right wing, KANE in the middle. I mean, it's okay to say Aguero shouldn't be in the best team of the season, and we don't need to necessarily shoehorn him in just because he scored a lot of goals. But he has had a great season, though. I don't want to take anything away from Kun Aguero. What else have we got here? You think Neymar is too mentally weak for the Premier League? How does that make sense to you? I want to know how you came to the conclusion that Neymar, a player that came from where he came from, with the amount of pressure that he had as a player playing for Santos, literally carrying the nation on his back in the 2014 World Cup, and performed, by the way, how you can suggest he's mentally weak because he'd be playing in little old England. I want you to guys, think about things that you say before you type. Like come on, you're raised better than this. Don't say stuff like that. That's crazy. Hold on. Hazard is inconsistent. Inconsistent in what sense? Like, season to season, I agree. And that's why I don't actually put him in the top tier bracket with the Neymars, Ronaldos and the Messis. But at the end of the day, an exceptional Hazard season is exceptional by any standards. The last one I would go on is literally just last season. Like he showed you, like, if you just let me do my thing, I will actually perform. I'll say 2 more. Pogba has the same amount of assists per minute as De Bruyne. Guys, again, statistics. Don't just look at statistics and then just... Right, let's use a bit of critical thinking here. Pogba is a very creative player. To be fair, playing for this Manchester United team kind of hinders him. It's like I said, they haven't scored that many more goals than Arsenal have, and Arsenal are 6 on the border of being 7th. Just going through the One Football app now. Yep, Arsenal 62 goals in 33 games. Manchester United 65 goals in 34. Hold on, it's disconnected apparently. Put it back on for you guys to see. Yeah, so you can see there 62 goals for Arsenal, and that's a bad Arsenal side, and Pogba still managed to get some good assist numbers and genuinely be able to creativity in a really functional, really boring side. So imagine, put it this way, right? Put Pogba in that City side. Does he do any less than Kevin De Bruyne in terms of his assists? No. So yeah, environment plays a big part, especially when it comes to midfielders, because this and my passes are only as good as the people on the other end of him. You know, one guy's got Jesus, Aguero up front, the other guy's got Lukaku alone. 16 goals and 33 appearances as well for Lukaku. So yeah, think about that too. Anyway, do you know what, guys? It's been a pleasure. Next time I see you guys, which should be Sunday, I want, again, a lot more callers coming in. I want more of these comments. It doesn't have to be, you know, team specific or player specific. FanPark Live comes to you and is supported by the One Football app in the Apple App Store and Android. And also, if you download the UFF app, also on those same platforms, and also listen to our podcasts as well, which should be a lot of fun. All right, so it's been a pleasure, dudes and dudettes. My name is Chris Kane from Touchline Fracas. It's been FanPark Live, and I will see you soon. Peace.